Good morning. Everybody survived the 4th of July? Yeah, okay. All the fireworks and everything. I had a little less sleep last night, but what the heck. All right, so it's so good to see you here. Welcome. And Unity is a global, inclusive, spiritual community offering practical tools and uplifting resources to help people of all walks of life apply positive spiritual principles in their daily lives. I ask you to silence your cell phones, a little reminder, and
You want to just say something about our service today being dedicated? Oh, okay.
To Don.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, okay.
You go ahead.
So you'll remember Don Yeager, who is Regina's husband, Regina Decker. Would you mind just flipping the next? Yeah, there's Regina and Don. Don has had some challenges, health challenges over the last 6 months or so, and he passed on Monday. And well, it was unexpected for us. I mean, we don't know. We've talked with Regina, but we haven't had time. It hasn't been. She's getting a hold of everybody, and so we don't really know anything other than that, except that he's in pure eternal bliss now. So it's us that have to hurt, and especially our dear Regina. So let's just hold for her. We know the light of God surrounds you, Dawn. The love of God enfolds you. The power of God protects you. And the presence of God watches over you. Where you are, God is, and all is well. And we're just holding our beloved Regina and all those who love Dawn in comfort and in healing. And so it is.
Yes, that was quite a shock, I must say. So we do have Regina in our thoughts and prayers. Okay, and we silence the cell phones. Good. Mom said to her son, "What did you do in school today?" And the son says, "We played a guessing game." And Mom goes, "Well, I thought you were going to have a math test." And the son says, "Well, that's what the teacher called it." Father said to his son, "Did you give fresh water to your goldfish?" Son said, "Nope. They haven't finished the water I gave them last week." Okay, a taxi passenger tapped the driver on the shoulder to ask him a question. The driver screamed, lost control of the car, and nearly hit a bus, and then went up a footpath and stopped inches from a shop window. For a second, everything was quiet in the cab. And then the driver said, "Look, man, don't ever do that again. You scared the living daylights out of me." The passenger apologized and said, "I didn't realize that a little tap would scare you so much." The driver replied, "Sorry, it's not really your fault. Today's my first day as a cab driver. I've been driving a funeral van for the last 25 years." And so it is.
Yikes. I have a lot of announcements this morning, so I'm going to try to zoom through them fast. I've been mentioning that we're developing a little Unity gift shop over here in the corner, and that we are looking for a handful of people that might be willing to alternate sort of being the attendant on Sunday mornings, just between the meditation and the service, so 10:15 to 10:30, and then after the service for half an hour, maybe just 20 minutes, because sometimes folks are out of here by 10 minutes too. So there's a place to sign up in the back for that. If you don't serve there, consider where you might serve. If this is your spiritual community, we invite you to get involved in some way. It doesn't have to be standing up here on Sunday morning. It doesn't have to even be on a Sunday. There are things to do throughout the week that maybe align with your skills, your talents, your interests. Melissa's here. Let's everybody give her a thanks for these beautiful gifts that she gave us, of the bookmarks and her lovely rock art. There's also, every month Mystic Energy puts out a shadow work list of a journal prompt for every day. So the July journal prompts are back there for you, and that's the gift that they send out to us. We want to make a movie recommendation. Has anyone seen the documentary that you can stream? I think it came out last year. It's pretty recent. It's called Age of Disclosure. So I highly recommend. Barry and I, Kathy and I, you saw some of it too. And so essentially what it is the last 60, 70 years of all the compilation of unidentified anomalous phenomenon on our planet. And these are not just your everyday Joes, these are all government officials. That because there was the recent act that was passed for disclosure, requiring them to start to declassify and to share with the public all of this information, videos, stories, facts about life that is not just of this planet, that has been visiting us for decades and probably millennia. So Age of Disclosure is a documentary. And then, of course, have any of you seen Disclosure Day, which is the Steven Spielberg movie that's actually in the theaters right now? An excellent movie. Of course, it is fiction, right? But it is informed by all of the facts that have built over decades. So check out Age of Disclosure and Disclosure Day. Of course, Disclosure Day is full of metaphysical messages, powerful message about compassion and love. Finally, I wanted to just mention that on Sundays now, for that 15 minutes before our guided meditation in the morning, between 9:45 and 10, we're drumming. So if you have a drum and you want to come a little early, bring your drum. There's a few here, but we need more if you're going to join us. So that's it. Except that Amanda has a message just about.
Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to let you all know that we've decided to postpone this week's class due to the holiday. There were a handful of people who couldn't make it, and so I wanted to keep the integrity of the course, and I wanted everyone to be able to experience it, because I feel like this week is a really powerful one. So we're going to resume it the following Sunday.
And then finally, our birthdays for July. Do we have anyone with a July birthday besides our Yankee Doodle Dandy back there in the corner, Ed? Happy birthday, Ed, July 4th. So you get to enjoy this all to yourself today. Happy birthday.
Good morning. Our word for today is connection. And our affirmation, if you will say it with me, I share a connection with all living things. I share a connection with the human family, the world's creatures, the universe itself. I am reminded of the words of Carl Sagan, of the astronomer Carl Sagan, who wrote that the cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. I affirm this cosmic connection and more. I feel that I am part of everything and connected with everyone through the indwelling presence that unites us in God. When the world feels lonely and I'm struggling to find my place in it, I remember this cosmic connection and that despite our surface differences, we have so much in common. I value my connection with others and I seek to make new ones. I treasure these relationships and celebrate our oneness in God. And once again, would you say with me our affirmation? I share a connection with all living things. And so it is.
Have you ever felt as if your life was overwhelmed by all the pressures that surround you, all the struggles that have found you? Well, now don't you hide your light. Take a chance and open wide. And you can be the change. You can be the change. You can be the change that you want to see, and the world will change if you be the change. If you be the change that you want to see in the world. Have you ever thought that you are powerless and flawed? Have you questioned who am I? Can I do with one small life? But don't you hide your light. Bring it forth and let it shine. You will be the change. You will be the change. You will be the change that you want to see, and the world will change. If you be the change. If you be the change that you want to see in the world. Gather around this song, my friend. Sing it loud and raise your hand. As we sing, we'll start to shine. We'll become a nation made of light. We will be the change. We will be the change. We will be the change that we want to see, and the world will change if we be the change. If we be the change that we want to see, and the world will change when we be the change. When we be the change that we want to see in the world.
She's back. Oh. You see, I know you've seen before the videos that are out there of the dogs, the big dogs who are afraid of the cats. They won't go anywhere near those cats. So there was, I just saw right up the other day, telling about an experiment that some folks did at home where with their dogs, and they put stuffed cats on about every step of the staircase there, and their older dogs would not go anywhere near, would not go up the stairs, would not go anywhere near. And then their puppy went up and just snatched one of them, said, "Oh, good, it's a toy." So my question this morning is, I mean, you've done that, right? Been at the bottom of some staircase, some challenge in your life, and you just wish you could call for backup, right? Where's management? Move that obstacle out of the way for me. Does it stop you? So actually a better question is, are you those adult older dogs? Are you the scaredy cats? Pardon the pun? Are you open to trying something new? I mentioned in the meditation this morning that we have been conditioned over eons. It's not just recent conditioning. It's not just conditioning from our parents or their parents or the parents before them and them and them and them, and not even our ancestors. It goes on and on that we behave a certain way. Ladies behave a certain way and they dress a certain way. Men behave and dress a certain way. There are cultural norms. What if we break them? And I'm not inviting anybody to break the law. What I'm inviting myself and all of us to is things that I would like to do or experience, but I might be timid about it because there's a block. It's the glass ceiling thing. You know, the messages that we've gotten over a lifetime. I'm not talking about anything that would hurt anybody outside of me. You know, recently, I've been feeling that I have not been able to speak out as much about the things I do here. So, but we finally got a yard sign that said everything that I wanted to say. And thankfully, I have the support of Barry and Mom Kathy here. But I feel so good now that I have that sign out there, because I feel like it's my voice. It says things like Black Lives Matter. No human is illegal. Love is love. Women's rights are human rights. And more. I mean, what does it take to just be kind and just to love and want, and out of compassion, want what everyone wants? You know, that whole thing, that the golden rule about do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We need to flip that on its head. What it should be, or what it could be, is do unto others as they would have you do unto them. So I've had people tell me that, you shouldn't put people in groups. What if that's where they want to be? I'm going to put them there if that's where they want to be. If somebody identifies as this, that, or the other thing, then there you go. Then you are one of them. Yay for you, and I love you. I love you for you being true to yourself and being who you are, showing up as who you are, not being limited. I think this group thinks I'm crazy about the whole age of disclosure thing and disclosure day. That's okay. I'm willing to be the weirdo and the crazy minister up front, because my thought is, if we have problems accepting people who look pretty much like us, what are we going to do when somebody comes that doesn't fit all of those standards and all of those limitations that we put on ourselves? Anyway, I want to try something different today. I don't want to actually stand up here and talk. It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I had a teacher, we had a class together, my mom and I, with a unity minister. Her name was Reverend Rosado. And this was 20 plus years ago. One of my first unity classes, one of her last unity classes before she graduated from the spiritual education and enrichment program of unity. But this particular instructor did not believe in standing up here or in a class and being the pitcher pouring into, all of the cups. She believed in experiential teaching. And so I thought that we might do something a little experiential today. In one of her classes, she had us write a Daily Word magazine. If you don't know what the Daily Word magazine is, it's a reading that comes out from Unity World Headquarters. Every day it's a spiritual message about, setting an intention for your day and how to go into your day in a positive way. So this instructor, Reverend Norma, had us each write a message as if we were writing a message for Daily Word. And my word was connectivity, which is just a fancy way of saying connection, connectivity, an openness to being connected with all, no matter what it is, because life is our teacher. Life, what it gives us, we have called forth in one way or another through our vibration, through our soul plan, through our service to others, to be at a certain place at a certain time, doing whatever it is, whether it's driving your car down the street and you're stopped at a stoplight. Notice the people next to you. You all agreed to be at that place at that time, at some point, unconsciously. But that's what we can't see, folks, is the most important stuff. And yet we focus so much on all this, eye candy, all that interests our five senses. We are spirit, eternal, infinite, powerful, profound. And we made decisions to come into these bodies, and we have a real purpose. There's meaning in everything. At that one of those classes with Reverend Norma, she had us pair up. And Mom and I paired up. We were just talking about this recently. We both remembered. She had us look into each other's eyes and not speak. Just look into each other's eyes. Are you starting to get nervous? Because it's uncomfortable. We're always, if we're looking at somebody, get them, put something in that space there, right? And yet, this thing that, whatever you call it, I like the web of life. Everything is connected, or you might call it allness. So that means it includes all. The field, how about the field? Oneness, spirit. These are all names for just one thing. It's all the same thing. The web of life is an ecological and philosophical view that highlights how all living and non-living things depend on one another. Much like a spider's web, where pulling one strand affects the entire structure. The field, a concept rooted in quantum physics and Eastern philosophy that posits a unified, invisible energy matrix where all phenomenon exist and interact with each other. Same thing, isn't it? Talking about the same thing, just from a different perspective and using a different name. Allness, the total sum of reality, form, and emptiness combined. Suggesting that the divine or universal spirit is fully present within every single aspect of creation. There is no spot where God is not. Call it God, call it the field. Oneness, the ultimate mystical realization that the illusion of separation dissolves, and the core essence within you is the exact same essence animating the entire universe. So there's another word we could be using, essence. So what I would like to do today is, we used to do, at the end of a service, we would do what we called a healing circle, where we came into a circle and we would share our energy. So I'm going to start with that. And then we are going to move into a short time of pairing up and looking into each other's eyes in silence. So just breathe and know that many people before you have survived this. Yeah. And at the same time, if you totally just are, you can say it, I'm out. You can say pass, that's fine. So, let's do it. I would like to invite you to stand, and we are going to form a circle, not holding hands yet. We'll give a little bit of instruction, but just form a circle. We may need to come in a few rows there just so that nobody's stretched too far. Yeah. And Mom, if you would just take my elbow for now. If you come in a few rows, then we can all come, nobody will be stretched, because we are going to take hands, just not yet. Yeah, that'll be good. Can you come on?
Hal.
Yeah, Hal, come on up. And Bless you. Thank you for your willingness to take a few moments. We won't keep it long. We won't make it too long. So I'd like for you to take your left hand and face it out. See how I'm doing this here? You face your left hand out, okay? But down by your side, but facing forward. And now do the opposite with your right hand, okay? So your left hand is down by your side, facing forward, and your right hand is down by your side and it's facing back. So it looks like this. Now, don't change your hand positions and take the hand of the person next to you. They are ready to take your hand because theirs is open perfectly for you. So just a little description here. So the left side is your female side, we might call it your receiving side. So with your left hand open, you're ready to receive the energy from the person to your left, and the person to your right is ready to receive the energy from you, because your right side then is your more masculine side. It is your giving side. So we're going to do this, and we are going to focus our attention just for a short time as we do this on the palm of our hand where it's touching the other person's hand. So go ahead and hold their hand and feel for the energy exchange. Okay, now intentionally into your right hand, send love. And so it is. Namaste. Now, what I would like for us to do next is to pair up with someone just standing right next to you. I'll be the extra person in case someone needs a partner when we're done. And for Barbara, if someone can, sit with her. Otherwise, if you can stand, I'd like you to stand. But for those who cannot stand during this time, we will still pair you up with someone that you can sit next to. So just someone next to you, anybody who's next to you. Yep. And Hal, if you need to sit down, you can sit down. Okay, does everybody have, would you like to pair with Jan?
My generation, you say it best when you say
Alejandro, you'll be my partner. Yay. All right, so, so we're going to, this exercise is, you can hold hands if you want, that's not necessary. You're just going to gaze into each other's eyes, and there may be some giggling, that's okay, but I'm asking you not to speak. And we'll do this for about 30 seconds, we'll see. Starting now.
All right.
I think that was more than 30 seconds. And we're going to do another 30 seconds, but I'm going to give you a little bit more instruction. So, and you know, it's more comfortable if you're kind of just, you have soft eyes, you know what I mean by that? They're just not staring, but just comfortably looking at the other person. And this time around, I want you to listen for, okay, remember we were talking about the allness, the field of pure potential, the infinite. It's not just within us, it's not just somewhere out there, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's now, it's in the space. And we're creating a container here right now for it. The container, the greater group container, and then the partnering container as well. So during this time, I want you, while you're still gently gazing at your partner, be open to what comes up. What's in the field? Maybe it's what's in the field between you. Maybe it's what's in this greater field. Just listen. Just be open. Around 30 seconds.
Oh, you see that.
All right, and now if something came up for you that is within the partnership, you can take a moment to share that if you would like. And then whenever you're done sharing, you can go back to your seat and we'll open it up to the greater field, see if anything came up in the greater circle.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt a little uncomfortable. Yeah. 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 I just had to breathe, slow breaths, and soften my gaze, like you said. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you too. Yes. You also bring a comforting energy. Mhm. Yes. Yeah.
When I was a kid growing up, one of the big songs in country, you say it best when you say nothing at all. My wife and I used to say it like this.
I know, I love that. All right. So let's begin to come back to our seats. So this is big, y'all. I mean, one, it's big to do that. I mean, what's if 0 is, oh, I was totally relaxed and comfortable with that, and 5 is, oh my God, that was so hard. Where were you on the scale? 3? 0. Oh, okay, totally. Yeah. Yeah, 4. Yeah. Okay. I mean, there's no right or wrong. I said to Alejandro, I've done this a few times and it's still uncomfortable for me. And I also talked about that there was someone that I paired up with the last time that I had this experience. And she really struggled with looking me in the eyes. And again, not right or wrong, just acknowledging that it's hard, it's difficult. And the reason that I wanted to offer this today is, one, breaking outside of the norm. I hope that we all can find a way to break outside what is always expected, to run up the stairs and grab the stuffed cat. Oh, a toy. Do you know what I'm saying? Are you following? But there's a name for this, and we used to just call it presencing. So you're being present, fully present, because you're not filling it with something. You're just being present to the other person. Did anybody find that anything came up for the field? Not a personal thing, but something to share with? A lot of love. Yeah, there's a lot here. Yeah. So just like everything else, presencing has evolved, and there's a new word. It's called oneing. Doesn't that make sense? If we're all part of the oneness, how would you make that a verb, an action? Wanting. So we're sitting, we're just wanting. I'm being present to you and nothing but you in that moment. So there are people who are actually like getting online and wanting with each other. A couple times a month, you can one with people online. So if you want to know more about that, let me know. But so I love you. Thank you for being so brave today. Thank you for being willing to experiment. And I'm sure you will let me know if you want to see something like that again or not. Namaste.
Exercise we done one time as part of a retreat. You would have people line up on one side, people line up the other. They would look into each other's eyes, and the whole object was to express love to that person through your eyes without speaking. And then you would move up one person and do it so that after a few minutes, everybody there had looked into everybody else's eyes in a loving manner. And I found that was really powerful.
Good. Yeah, and we need to do our angel wash again sometime, where we stand and we whisper into each other's ear something loving. Right. Oh, I was done. Oh man, I forgot to do our attunement today. It's all right. Go ahead. Oh, flip through these couple of slides and to our next one, next one, next one. I took too long. Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Hello, friends. I've got friends with degrees, letters after their name, MD, PhD. And I've got friends with LLC. They've got money growing on their trees. And I've got friends with 3 part-time jobs to keep it all together against the odds. I've got friends staring at the walls. They meditate, contemplate, try to make sense of it all. I've got friends, they got it all figured out. They're living the dream without a doubt. And I've got friends in all kinds of powerful positions. I've got friends living in the hardest conditions. I've got friends who lead to the left hand, friends who lead to the right. I've got friends that I can call in the middle of the night. I've got friends with felonies, little bit edgy and spicy history. And I've got friends who keep peace. They healers and shamans doing ceremonies. And I've got friends who just disagree. But enough gonna come between them and me. And I've got friends in all kinds of persuasions. Friends who make my day and feed my frustrations. I've got friends who lead me left and friends who lead me right. I've got friends that I can call in the middle of the night. You can't separate or segregate, 'cause the bond of a friend can't just be taken away. As hard as this world is pushing on us all, well, let's be friends and watch our differences dissolve. Hey, hey, hey. 'Cause I got friends that I gather all along the way, friends from lifetimes ago, and friends I've made just yesterday. And I got friends who lead a little left and friends who lead a little right. I've got friends, I've got friends, I've got friends.
A very appropriate song. That's sweet. All right, so do we have anyone here today for the very first time? I don't think so. I think we're all oldies. Not age-wise, but okay. It's it's good to see all of you here. And now it's time for our gift and you know the ropes, the baskets, the tip tap, everything. We appreciate every gift that you can give. It is appreciated. And let's say our giving and receiving affirmation. Today, I feel deeply blessed and grateful for the goodness that surrounds me. I effortlessly attract opportunities, joy, and love, aligning my energy with the life I love living. I trust that the universe is guiding me as I step closer to my highest potential. I love that. Thank you so much, everyone. And so it is.
Woohoo! It's pop-up positivity time, and I'm turning this off instead of on. Okay, let's try this. Today, I want to tell you about the awesome bar-tailed godwit. It's just one, there's a picture, isn't it gorgeous, right? It's just one small example of how amazing our world is. In September 2007, a bar-tailed godwit known to the scientists as E7 lifted off from the mudflats of western Alaska and began flying south. She did not stop to rest. She did not look for fresh water. She did not descend to feed. 7 days and 9 nights later, she touched down on the shores of New Zealand, of the northern New Zealand island. She had traveled roughly 7,145 miles over an open expanse of Pacific Ocean in a single unbroken journey. Awesome, right? Now, the biologists with the U.S. Geological Survey had long expected that the godwit migration was a nonstop one, but they didn't really know for sure until they invented a teeny tiny little satellite transmitter that they had implanted in her earlier that year. Now, godwit is not a large bird. It weighs less than a pound. It has long legs and a long curved bill, designed to find food in the mud. It is a shorebird, built for wading, not a seabird like an albatross that can rest on the water and ride the air currents and everything. But if a godwit touches the water, it will drown. To survive a trans-Pacific crossing, it must stay airborne for over 200 consecutive hours. How is this possible? This is amazing. To prepare for this journey, the godwit undergoes a radical physical transformation in the weeks leading up to departure. E7 spent the late Alaskan summer feeding continuously, swelling her body with thick layers of subcutaneous fat until she nearly doubled her normal weight. This fat was her fuel, but carrying that much weight required structural trade-offs. Before takeoff, the godwit's internal architecture shifts. The bird's digestive organs, including the stomach, the intestines, and the liver, actively shrink and atrophy, reducing unnecessary weight and conserving energy. Meanwhile, the heart and the flight muscles enlarge to handle the extreme prolonged workload. By the time E7 took flight from the Yukon Delta, she was essentially a streamlined pair of wings attached to a fuel tank, operating with only the bare essential organs required to keep her in the air. E7 utilized favorable tailwinds from favorable weather systems to push her south. As the days blurred together over the ocean, her flight muscles continually burned her fat stores. When the fat was completely depleted, her body began to systematically break down and consume its own muscle tissue for the energy. On the 8th day of her journey, the tracking data showed she was approaching the northern coast of New Zealand. When she touched the ground, she was a skeletal version of the bird that had left Alaska a week prior. She had lost more than half her body weight. Her digestive tract was shut down and her flight muscles were severely degraded. Yet, within hours of landing, her internal organs began to regenerate, allowing her to process her food again and begin rebuilding the mass that she had burned across the Pacific. And in the late New Zealand winter, the process begins again for the flight back to Alaska in the spring. These shorebirds have been doing this quietly every autumn and every spring for thousands of years. I am utterly amazed at the variety and the innovation in each different plant and animal on this planet, and what a joy it is to continually discover these amazing facts about this place that we call Earth.
That must be me. Can you hear me okay? Well, let's do a little qigong. We always start by getting into our qigong standing posture. Feet shoulder width, somewhat parallel. Knees slightly bent, then lock, then release. Pelvic slightly tucked. Spines erect, but relaxed. Arms dangling. Head and neck aligned with the spine. Just feel yourself being present in this posture. Feel the gravity pressing your feet down against the floor. And relax, relax, relax. And sink the chi. Inhale as your palms float up. Exhale as they float down and your awareness floats down through your body, detecting and releasing any tension. One more time, sink the chi. Chi being this life energy that's in us and all around us. So now we'll do a set of exercises designed to balance the yin and yang energies in our body, balancing our heart. So inhale as our palms float up. This time as they float down, allow your knees to bend, sinking a slow rhythm, sinking and rising out, around, in front of us and down. Inhale up, exhale down. And then inhale up to chest height, a diamond shape. Exhale out and down. Balancing our heart. Taking this world, this life, this reality in a love embrace. Preparing ourselves to meet the remainder of the day with a caring and compassionate heart. Up to chest height, a diamond shape. Exhale out and down. We'll do that routine one more time. Up to chest height, a diamond shape. This time don't sink as you exhale down. And do sink the chi. together and sink the chi one last time. Put your palms over the lower dantian. The dantian's the storehouse for chi energy. And just imagine your feet as sending roots down into the earth. Your upper body is lithe, supple, able to sway like a bamboo in the wind. Moving side to side, forward and back, circular movements, whatever your body chooses to do. Tuning into this chi energy that's all around us and in us, allowing it to move the way it wants to move. And when you find yourself back in the center, open your arms, gazing upward maybe, practicing this wonderful emotion of gratitude. Thank you, universe. Thank you, source. Thank you, God. Thank you for allowing us this short time to dance on this earth in this human form. Thank you, God. And inhale as you bring your palms together, down in front of your mouth. Exhale into your open palm. Bring that breath to your heart. And may all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be free from hunger. May all beings be truly happy. Namaste, and thank you all. And that's it.
And now we'll come together for our closing song.
I am the light of God. I am the love of God. I am the power of God. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. I am the light of God. I am the love of God. I am the power of God. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. You are the light of God. You are the love of God. You are the power of God. You are the presence of God. Wherever you are, God is. You are the light of God. You are the love of God. You are the power of God. You are the presence of God. Wherever you are, God is. We are the light of God. We are the love of God. We are the power of God. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is. And all is
Diving in.
Good to be back home.
Thank you. I'd like to be back.
It
I
is.
know, I guess they should.
Thank you.
Oh, I missed you. So how's Peter doing? He's sitting over there. He's still a little weak. Yeah. He's doing so much better. I had the first session that
started with. I read that. Did you notice what they've done? They have moved
He wants to go
from
stay
a
home today.
patriarchal structure
Let it get up and I'll read it.
you will see.
Yeah, well, you're telling it is. Okay, I will. You can tell it goes right over there.
Change.
Yeah.
Change is gonna come, change is coming,
It
change is
does.
here.
And you read the way they structure it out, that's exactly what they have done. Read it and see for yourself.
Okay, I will read it. I don't want to, but I will.
You don't want to, you don't have to.
No, I do have to. I should have read it a long time ago, but.
I just was floored. I read through
I'm
that
so
and I got.
glad. I was afraid you guys were gonna say, oh, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
Makes wonderful sense.
Awesome.
I help you count today?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I was just telling her, and you have the pages right after me.